And tonight's self-care hack, as you can call it, is going to be all about reading. Reading is something I myself have enjoyed since I was a small kid. I buried myself in books. I would get lost in all of the stories, in the journeys, the adventures that they would have to unfold for me. The learning, the knowledge. A nickname I had in high school was dictionary, because I used to use a lot of words that weren't in a common vocabulary because I read so much. And even now, sometimes when I'm searching for something, I'll spout different words like a thesaurus, searching for the meaning, the right word that I'm looking for. Reading is an amazing tool. It's something that can keep your mind active. Some scientific studies have proven that people who read help stave off things like Alzheimer's in their elder life. Reading allows your brain to continue with its knowledge and understanding, and to continue expanding itself, to keep all the muscles, as you could call it, in the mind active and learning and greased up. Another really wonderful thing about reading is it gives you, your physical self, a chance to rest, a chance to stop. Because then all of a sudden, all you're doing is resting, and you're in a state where you're there with a book, and this one's trying to get my attention. You're there with a book, and your whole physical self is paused. Instead of having to go, and to run here and there and lift this and put that down, it can relax and it can stop moving. And it's not just your physical self that benefits from that stopping, that halting. Your mind does as well, because when you read, instead of having the grocery list and the thoughts about these things that are happening in your life and this to-do that you have to get to, you can focus simply on what's happening in the story. Your imagination starts triggering. You're able to let that part of yourself develop and imagine and manifest, and then the other parts of you that would normally be occupied with all your to-do list and your chores, they're focused. And you're developing that focus, and you're allowing yourself to dream and fathom and think on one thing. And for some people, reading is a form of meditation. You get caught up in the book, especially a really good book, and it moves you and it captures you and it brings your emotional self and it enhances your empathy, and you get so enveloped in what you're reading that you are able to let everything else go. It's hard to find a 5-minute story, but they are out there. The whole Chicken Soup for the Soul, that whole book franchise is based on short, quick stories that you can fill yourself with and uplift yourself. Something to give you that little pause, that chance to stop and slow down and enjoy yourself for 5 minutes of reading. Another really wonderful thing I find when I'm allowing myself to read and get into my books is it gives you that ability to really encourage your creativity. Because when you read, you're opening yourself to many different worlds. If you're reading nonfiction, fiction, if you're reading science fiction, fantasy, you're reading poetry, all of these things are exposing your mind to thoughts that may not have been there. And when you allow yourself to open up and see all these different worlds and different thoughts and different things that you can explore, your imagination will start firing. Your own creativity will open up and unfold and allow itself to go deeper, go further. So when you read, you give yourself that chance to relax, ground, recharge, but also open. And your imagination is a wonderful tool to allow you to solve problems, to look outside the box, to imagine the future that you want to create for yourself, to create it with a manifestation. So reading can be a very beneficial tool, not just for relaxation, but for creation. I already touched on how it helps enhance your linguistic skills, your intelligence. As you read, you learn new things, you enhance your abilities, your skill sets, but you're taking time for you. You're recharging, you're resetting yourself. And reading is a wonderful, wonderful thing for that. So whether it's a book about someone's journey, or it's a fiction about soul searching, or it could even be a comic book, whatever it is that you enjoy, allow yourself to open the pages of something. And even if it's for 5 minutes, there are short stories, there are little gathering collections that put together lots of little tidbits that you can allow yourself to open the book and read something good and set it down. So take your 5 minutes and read something. There's blogs, there are all sorts of things on the internet. There's lots of inspirational stuff, things that can move you, things that can help you process whatever it is you're going through in life. And they're all available at your fingertips or at your library. So thank you for joining tonight. I hope you pick up a good book and allow yourself to relax through the words that you find in the pages. Good night.